In the meantime, there's this. It is a delicious piece of audio that I want to share with you. I don't know who this activist person is, but it is an individual. This was originally posted by an X Machine poster by the name of Amuse, A-M-U-S-E. And the description said, the lack of LGBTQ education in this country is concerning. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. It's very educational, and it is illustrative of my confusion about how in the world gay people can claim to be in favor of Palestine or Islamic religious faith at all. While gay people fall over themselves to attack Christian beliefs, I don't see the Christian faith demanding that we change our laws making homosexuality illegal again, or that we change our laws forcing homosexuals back into the closet again. Quite to the contrary, our laws believe in equality under the law, not equity, but equality under the law with regard to how the government treats an individual, regardless of how they choose to live their lives. And as someone who was vilified, and trust me, I was for years, over my libertarian stance on this issue, my bona fides are well established that I don't care how you live your life so long as you're not violating my rights or the rights of other people or the rights of individuals who cannot make appropriate decisions for themselves. And so we have to step in. And when organized groups of self-described gay individuals come together and want to infiltrate the classrooms of our fourth graders with nonsense, filth, or pornography, then we, as a society, have to step in our judgment of their parents or society at large. That's what all of that's about. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm telling you to stop infiltrating young people's classrooms and other places of interest for those young people with your personal ideology or belief structure. That's what that's about. Now, that said, I am regularly fascinated recently with the amount of gay people in the United States of America that stand up and demand rights for the Palestinians. Palestinians given their druthers who would kill you. So this is a drag queen talking with a supporter of the Queers for Palestine movement. Let's listen in.
And so I did a study abroad in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine.
Would you say you're pro-Palestine or pro-Israel?
Pro-Palestine.
As a gay man, I would be punished and or put in prison or killed if I were openly gay in Palestine. How do you react to that?
I didn't know that. So
it is illegal to be gay in Palestine. You are punished by prison or death.
Israel?
No, Israel has gay pride. Israel is completely open to lesbian and gay people. So Palestine puts them in prison or kills them. You weren't aware of that?
I was not aware of that, no. So that does pose an interesting aspect.
Have you seen the Queers for Palestine movement? It's a very common movement, but I don't see any Muslims for queer movements.
Yes. That's where it gets gray, right? Like, that's where I feel
Well,
like...
for me, it's not gray. I am fearful of Islam because there is no Islamic country on earth that embraces me as a gay man.
So, okay, so maybe I'm confused because Israel, which is still an Islam country, right?
No, Jewish.
Okay.
So Israel's Jewish, Palestinians are Islamic.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that there's anything that I can say to follow up on that. The individual's name, by the way, and I had missed it at first, is fairly well known on social media circles, called Lady MAGA USA. Lady MAGA USA is a gay drag queen who believes in the movement to make America great again and recognizes that our nation, and there are several others around the world, is one of the most open and welcoming nations to people of all belief structures, regardless of your religious faith, regardless of your personal beliefs, and regardless of how you live your life, so long as you do not violate the rights of other people or those who cannot protect themselves. This person that Lady MAGA USA was talking to is a boob. A boob. A boob. Wait a minute. Israel is Islam, right? Have you no idea what you're talking about? No, you don't. You don't.
The epitome of low information.
I'm almost embarrassed. I would love it, and I'm not here for a fight. I'm here for a conversation. I would absolutely adore, I would relish the opportunity to talk to somebody that could explain to me how gay people can intelligently support Palestinians when the vast majority of those Palestinians believe in subjugating gay people to the point that they are either denied basic liberties and rights in their countries, or they are put in prison or are subjected to death. Perhaps David in California will do just that. I'll give him the floor. David, good afternoon.
Matt, what's sad about this whole thing? Destroying Gaza is all because of the oil underneath it and the fracking offshore of Gaza. And so the propagandists who have tried to split apart the world about whether or not a couple of million people can be blown to bits because there's oil underneath them, the oil...
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so the whole issue is the oil. And whether or not people like seeing, mothers and babies and fathers and husbands and grandfathers blown to bits, just because an oil company decides to cash in on the hundreds of billions of dollars worth of oil under there, that's the issue. And whether gays get involved in it or not is sort of beside the point.
No. That is my point, and considering that it's my show, I want to get back to it. Do you have any appreciation or rationale behind homosexuals in the United States of America claiming that they stand with the Palestinians and, by extension, Hamas, the individual, the ruling political party of that region of the world?
Well, that goes by the pretense, pretending that there aren't gays in Islam. Or there aren't gays.
No, there are gays in Islam. They are too frightened to publicly say it. Did you know, for example, I'll give you a quick example. Did you know? And I was today old when I found this out, David. This is fascinating to me. That a couple of years ago, that the Israeli government, because they understood the persecution by which gay people would go through in the Gaza Strip, in the West Bank, in the Palestinian region, that they began allowing temporary allowances to let gay Palestinians come into Israel to live and work in Israel. They gave them temporary visas to live and work, to leave the West Bank, because they knew that they would be either subjugated or killed if they stayed in Palestine. Did you know that?
I've never heard it, but it sounds like taxation without representation. And remember that Israel. Okay,
once again, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again because you didn't hear. In June of 2022, the nation of Israel began issuing work permits for gay Palestinian refugees who were granted asylum because they were fleeing the domestic violence that existed in Palestine and the potential persecution and death over being gay.
Sounds like I better check on Snopes to see if that's true.
Well, I would encourage you to do so.